Alright, we are going to copy an angle. So, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to this. What I want you to do on your paper is to draw an angle. And it doesn't matter what your angle is. So, I don't even care what the measure is. Now, to copy an angle, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw another segment right here. And I'm going to use this, since this is my vertex right here, draw a second vertex. So it's copying an angle. So there's vertex 2. All right. Now, this isn't too bad. What you're going to do is you're going to take your compass. Yeah. All right. Give me someone's special compass. All right. I'll use this guy. It's the same thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an arc on... I'm going to say that this side here is going to correspond to this side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an arc on this side, and I'm going to pick the number 26. And I just picked the number 26 for no good reason. Just because it's working for me. So I write the number 26 down there. If you're using a regular protractor, you just open it up, do an arc, and then go to the other one, do an arc. For this guy, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go back to 26, and I'm going to draw that arc. All right. Now, we need to have this point here because it's going to be a reference point. So I'm going to call this point B. And I'm going to call this point A. Because we created A, now we have B. Now we're going to use A, we're going to basically try to find a distance from A to the other side. So I'm going to put my compass on A, and I'm going to use 28 this time. Yep. I'm going to use 28 here, and I'm going to go over to here, and I used a 28 over there. I'm going to go to B on my other side because I went from A and I used a 28. I'm going to go from B, and I'm going to use a 28, and I'm going to draw an arc there. So I used a 28 there. Now, this is the key. I used a 26 to find the point on this side, and I used the 26 to find the point B on this side. I used the 28 from A to the opposite side, and so I used the 28 from B. So from vertex to A, I used a 26. So it was a number 26. So on the new angle that we're trying to draw, I went from vertex to B with a number 26. Now in angle 1, I went from A to the opposite side with a number 28. So in angle 2, I'm going to do the same thing from B to the opposite side. Even though we don't have the opposite side drawn yet, I'm going to use the number 28. So, as you can see, there's kind of consistency to what we did. Now I'm going to take this guy, and what you want to find, put this on the vertex, and we want to find the point that the dot actually figures out on, and it's going to turn out to be horrible because it's right on this one ended up being bad. Using the 28 didn't really work too well because I needed like a 20, and I don't have a 20. I only have a 19, and the 19 doesn't get me there. So, being okay and not dealing with it, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go from A, and I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to say I'm going to pick a 39. And so I'm going to draw a new arc here at 39. So I'm going to say the 28 was bad. Because with this one, if you end up with, because it jumps from 19 to 21, so if you get, or from 19 to 22, if it's at 21 or 22, you're kind of out of luck because you need it's just a mechanical issue. So I want to draw using 39, so I want to use number 39. So I'm going to go back over here to B, and I want to use number 39, and I'm going to draw a nice arc over here. Make sense? Alright, so I used the number 39 over here. Now here I'm going to go to the vertex, and I'm going to find the point that fits best. 39 is good, but 38 is better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the vertex here, and I'm going to use the 38, and I'm going to draw an arc here, and now I have an intersection. What do you think I'm going to do with the intersection? I'm going to connect the vertex to the intersection. Now, if I can interrupt just really quickly, what I found out here was that, all right, to kind of recap, I went from vertex to a point here. I just picked a point. I picked the number 26, drew an arc, labeled it A. Here I went over, drew one using number 26 hole, labeled it B. Then what I did was I went to A, and I used the 28, but the 28 ended up being bad. I used the 39. Or I used a 38. No, I used a 39. And I drew the arc 39 there, and I drew the arc 39 there. Now, what I found out was, once I put that here, 38 would have drawn an arc that went through like this. So 38 would have drawn an arc that went through like this. I used 38 over here, and I got a point. And in theory, I should have congruent angles. So if I check that out, this angle Oh, I got to do this. Point it to 0. And it looks like it's at about 70. I jump over to here, and it's at 70. So that's where we got our copy.